Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the new Everton Stadium update. It doesn't have as much of a ring as the Bramley Moor project. The Bramley Moor project just rolls off the tongue. It's going to take a few videos before this actually gets natural for me. Now, looking over the east stands and the fan plaza, one thing you will notice is we're a fair way back for this video. This is two reasons. First reason being, apparently the hydraulic tower is getting worked onto it at the moment. So you can actually see a little red chute, so they're actually taking away some of the old brick and they are putting some new stuff in and pointing it to make it look like nice and stable, we'll say. Because that hydraulic tower was on the verge of collapse. If Everton hadn't taken over this site, I'd probably say within a decade to 20 years, that whole area would have probably started to crumble and quite significantly. Like the tower itself would have been mostly gone. Now, looking on the east stands at the moment, it's funny, I came to there this morning and I actually noticed it quite significantly over the wall. Now, I've never normally actually seen it peering over the wall, or I haven't paid attention to it, but it has been something that has started standing out recently, is that the east stand is peering over the wall and you can see it quite well. So that's definitely one I'm going to have to keep an eye on in the future. Now, looking over at the south stand, we are still working on the roof trusses as well as the roof terracing sort of thing. So we're going to get the roof trusses slowly one by one and bit by bit. But that is going to be a work in progress over the course of the next couple of months. One thing to notice is the rebar at the bottom here. So you can see rebar basically between the seating and where the concessionary area is going to be. And where that is, that's all going to have to be concreted up. And I think where that red and yellow crane is off to the right of the screen right now, or bottom right, that is probably going to be responsible for the concreting. It's either going to be lifting up the hose to actually allow the concrete to be poured and leveled out, or something involved with that. But that is definitely going to be one thing to take note of in the coming future. Now, as we get closer, we can actually see things in a little bit better detail. And one thing I have noticed, I'm not sure whether it's just one that slipped my mind, but if you look at the white beams as you're going across, I've noticed there's little outcrops on them. So I'm assuming that's where more things are going to get added in the future, but these are something I've not noticed before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, were these there when they were first installed? I would like to look at a previous video, but I want to keep this as a singular take, so I'm just looking at it right now and I can't see it in a prior video. So I can't see any prior videos in all honesty while we're talking right now. But it's definitely one that stood out to me right now. That's one to take note of. So if they have, please let me know in the comment section, or I'll have a look myself. But please let me know if I'm being an idiot and I forgot about it, because I do apologise if that is the case. And what I can see actually, if you look inside the stadium on the west stand, you can see that there's more of the concrete stair seating area added up there as well. A little bit more getting added to it. So what's probably going to happen right now, we're not seeing too much in terms of change from week to week. The roof is the thing that we're focusing on at the moment, so that's the one we're trying to pay attention to. But the stair seating area is going to be the area that's going to probably sneak up on us. So what will happen is, one video we're going to come into this and we're going to just notice that it's done, it's completely finished there, and it's going to be like, okay, that's just sneaked up on us. Yeah, I mean, like the west stand is a great example, east and west. The two of them, as they've been jutting up bit by bit, it's very hard to notice when you look at it from last week to this week. But if you go back, probably say about 5 or 6 videos, the difference between then and now is just night and day. And the brick facade is another one to take note of. I thought the brick facade was going to be, you know, like a little bit up just to show what it's going to look like, and then that's it, they're going to come back to it later. But turns out that's not the case. That's actually going to be an ongoing thing whilst they're doing the roofing and other things. Now, bear in mind, I think they've got something like 700 to 800 of those things to install around the stadium in order to give it the brick feature look. So that is definitely going to be one for the future. That's once the roof and everything is all finished and they're still doing that, that'll be the one to look out for in terms of progress. So when we actually come to the videos, we'll be able to see how far along they're coming. Now, looking at it, you probably noticed there that there's space in between them, so chances are it's going to be like a large jigsaw puzzle that we're going to have to take note of. Now, I'm going off topic. Now, looking on the north stand, we can see that there's been a little bit of work added to the north stand. There's not too much, but there is still a little bit of work, and it is coming along nicely. I am happy to see everything coming along. And also one thing to note, so the blue temporary support structures that are on the north stand, I just noticed on the south stand where we saw that it almost looked like a bit of a scaffolding piece that was sitting on the south stand. You could actually see the blue temporary structure there, well, supporting structure for the roof. So apparently, I've been told what you're seeing here. So what's going to happen is there's going to be two of these sort of arched steel points. These are going to be they're going to be the two roof trusses. So there's only going to be two of them installed at this point in time for the south and the north stand. And then once the east and west stands are a little bit higher up and closer to completion, they're going to add more to it. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking of this from a logical standpoint. I'm not an architect. I say this nearly every week, but it's not going to be anywhere near as big. So what will happen when it comes to the east and west stand? You'll probably see 3 or 4 more, and then with the east and west stand, they're going to be cut probably just to where the east and west stand is, and they sort of curve back to support the weight of the stadium and holds it sort of all together, kind of like the arch of a bridge. Now, this could be completely wrong. I could be completely shooting in the dark. Bear in mind, a lot of this stuff, I'm going off what I see in front of me, and it's just guessing and making an educated guess, to say the least. But yeah, guys, as the stadium is progressing, we are seeing a lot of stuff coming up, and I am really excited to see more things coming in the near future. It is definitely going to be one I am going to be excited to see on completion, and I'm hoping beyond all hope that when it is complete, we are allowed to do stadium tours before games kick off. Also, if you just notice now, at the very back behind the north stand, you can actually see a little bit more of the white steel as well, so that's probably going to be getting added in the near future, so that's one to keep a very close eye out. But in any case, guys, take care and have a good day. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, we have got the YouTube membership active at the moment, so if you want to become a part of the YouTube membership, we have got 2 tiers there. The first one being the cup of coffee tier. Now, that hasn't got any perks or benefits. It's essentially like reaching into your pocket, getting £1 and saying, "Luke, I like what you're doing, mate. Here's £1 on me. Go get yourself a cup of coffee." That's essentially it. It's like a recurring £1 donation every month. There is also the £3 School of Science Superfan tier. Now, with that, you get early access to my Brand Me More videos, ad-free content, mainly the Brand Me More videos and the podcast when they come out in the near future, as well as a name in the sidebar when the sidebar comes back. That will be coming back at some point in the future once we got the user membership and everything up and running and people have become a part of it. That's when that's going to be up and running, everything's kicking and going great. So yeah, guys, those are the things that are happening right now. Now, as you're aware, the Patreon has closed, so everyone who has basically been a part of the Patreon, if you are part of the Patreon still, just be aware that we have got the YouTube membership now, so if you want to help the channel and support it by pledging a little bit of money to it every month, you can also do super thanks. If you don't want to pledge a solid amount every month, we have got the super thanks. So what will happen once we start getting super thanks and everything rolling in, as well as pledges part of the YouTube membership, we're going to have like a specialized little background. It's going to be a little bit different from what we've had in the past, and you're going to have the main people who are like part of the YouTube members, and then you're going to have the super thanks across the bottom that are just going to be there for the week that they actually pledge to. So let's say, for argument's sake, you pledge to this video now. The next week your name will show up in the bottom to say thanks for pledging X amount to me. So yeah, guys, it's been a bit of a weird outro, this one, and I'll tell you the truth, it actually was a really good day to get the drone out today, and it's nice to be able to get out and actually get longer videos done. I really enjoy being able to actually go across the south and north stands and do closer shots. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why haven't I done these sort of shots when it comes to, say, the east stand or the west stand? Now, unfortunately, because of the way they are positioned and placed, we aren't able to actually get really up close and personal with them. because then at that point I'll be encroaching on the area of the ground. So what you normally see is me, when I do me really close ones, I'm cutting the border basically. I'm on the border of Bramley-Moore and Wellington Dock. So technically, well, let's say Wellington Dock, could even be Nelson Dock, and Regent Road and the River Mersey. So yeah, I'm pretty much bordering all them when I do my close-up stuff. Mainly east and west ones, I am pretty much on the border. You'll notice now, I used to just go straight across, but because the site is like this a bit, it's basically I'll be doing that and run the risk of going into the site. So now what I've started doing is actually running across like that. So that's the annoying thing about the likes of the East Stand, because Regent Roads and everything, it's not like a perfect square, the site that we're on. It's basically like a weird, almost, I can't even think of the right word for it, because it isn't even a triangle because it's 4 sides. It's basically a polygon. Polygon, that's a word. It's a polygon sort of shape, so that's what we've got to deal with in that sort of regard. But yeah, I will try and actually be talking to Everton and Lango Rec in the future. Likewise with a lot of the other drone guys, we're trying and push them so that if the site is ever empty, then we are able to say, come in, say a couple of meters into the site so we can get just that littlest bit closer, and hopefully we're able to actually negotiate something for them in the future. I mean, right now, with everything going on right now, there's a lot of work happening on the site, and they're pretty much there from dawn till dusk, so it's very difficult for us to really get up and do things without interfering or annoying workers on the site, because apparently when our drones are up in the air, some of the people who are working on the site can hear them or see them. I don't know how you can see a Mavic Mini, but apparently you can see a Mavic Mini, and apparently that's distracting them from doing their work. Well, in that situation, I do apologise if I've ever done that to anyone who's working on the site and is actually watching this video. That was never my intention. I just want to record what's happening on the site, document, and put it to people who have not got the ability to actually go to the site, because this was the initial reason for this channel. This channel was designed so that people all over the world who weren't able to actually go to the site could see what's going on at the site. So initially it was actually the Everton Supporters Club Australia. I put this out to them and they were very keen for it, so that was mainly it. That was the main purpose of it. We made this solely so that we could help other Evertonians around the world see what is happening with Everton Football Club and the future of Everton Football Club coming together. That was a long one. Okay guys, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry for the mad, I don't know how many minutes long tangent. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next video, which will be next week. Peace.